How's it going, D'Angelo?
Going pretty
If
good.
you could you just kind of talk about the steps and what you did after your redshirt year at Tennessee? Just what happened in those developing years and how did you get here?
So after my red shirt at Tennessee, obviously I had to sit out when I transferred from Georgia to Tennessee. But after my red shirt year at Tennessee, as you guys know, COVID hit, and I had some things going on, some questions, a lot of questions that were unanswered. So I decided to opt out, and once I decided to opt out, I was still working with the team, still, practicing and working out things like that. And then there was a lot of things going on at the university at the time, so I decided just to, back away from that because I didn't want my name, image, or likeness to be affected. So I decided just to back away from that, and now I'm here. So, and that's how that went.
How did things sort of come together to get you here? What were some of the steps
Oh,
that
man.
got that going?
Well, it's been a blessing. Shane Beamer was actually at Georgia while I was at Georgia, so he knows who I am. He knows what I can do and how I can help this university, help the organization, help the team. So what happened was when he saw my name in the transfer portal, he reached out to me, got me on a visit, and the ball was rolling from there. I was like, I'm excited for this opportunity. I'm thankful for this opportunity, and now it's just been a blessing, like I said once before. So I'm here now, and that's what it is.
D'Angelo, now that you've gotten this opportunity, what's the sense of urgency like for you to kind of make an impact and kind of give it your all, knowing that this is kind of one of your last stops?
Right. Every day I wake up, I gotta get it. It's no days off, literally, and it comes to the point where you gotta set your mind and make up your mind to say, hey, look, this is what I'm going to do, not this what I want to do, but this is what I'm going to do, to not just come up here and help myself, but help the organization, help the guys around me, and just be a major impact, the best that I can be. I would be doing my team a disservice if I did not bring what I could bring to the table and work hard every single day. So, yeah, it's like I said, it's a blessed opportunity for me to be here.
D'Angelo, piggybacking off that question, when you were away from the game, was there ever a doubt in your mind that you wouldn't be back out there on the football field, number one, and number two, what did you learn about yourself just being away from the game?
Man, you know what? I actually, thoughts of not being able to come back on the field, it definitely did trickle into my mind. However, with God's opportunity that He's given me, man, it's been nothing but a blessed journey. I came from great universities where they have potential to send guys off to the NFL, and that was always my goal coming out of high school. But things didn't go that way, and I think that they truly went that way for a reason. Now I'm more mature, now I have that experience, and now that I'm here at this university, at this wonderful university, there's none like it. I'm not just saying it just because I'm here, but because I've been through other universities, and now this one right here, they really appreciate what we can bring to the table. They appreciate it as men first and foremost, and then at the end of the day, it's Shane Beamer's goal to make sure every last one of us get the best opportunity that we can get moving forward in life, whether if we be off the field, whether it be on the field, whether it be in the community, whether it be in a charitable event. That's one thing I can truly say about this university. Like, they push the guys to be the best that they can be, not just as football players, but of course as football players, but as men overall, and that's what I truly respect.
D'Angelo, a couple for you. Do they like you as a DB or a receiver at present?
Yeah, when I first got here, they were asking me what do I want to play, and I was like, hey, look, whatever suits the team, whatever's best for the coaches, whatever you guys think. And they kept asking me, well, what do you think? And I'm like, hey, look, I just said it. But, at the end of the day, I had to make a choice, make a decision. And I chose to play DB because I believe as a DB, you got to be more technically sound. You got to be more fundamentally sound. You got to have more of a cerebral feeling about the game because you don't know what's about to happen. But and I also believe it just – as a DB, it gets you more in shape because you have to follow and chase and tackle and run all the time constantly. So that's why I chose to play DB, and they went with it, and they said they think that that's the best thing for me to do as a team player. So whatever suits the team. If they want me a receiver, okay, that's fine. If they want me a DB, that's fine.
And when did you and Shane first talk about you potentially coming here? Were you back at home? Were you still in Knoxville? Just where were you, and when did that first call come in?
Well, I was actually down in Florida, and he saw my name pop up in the transfer portal, and he had one of his guys reach out to me, and he said on behalf of Coach Beamer, he wanted to get me on a visit, and You know, it was like I say, it was a blessing in disguise. I had no idea that he was going to reach out to me, but like I say, he remembered me when I was at Georgia, and and that's how that ball got to rolling. And once I got up on a visit, I couldn't deny the opportunity. It was the opportunity of a lifetime for me because, like I said earlier, I didn't know what I was going to be doing with my life. I didn't know whether if I was going to be playing ball or whether if I was going to be having an opportunity in the workforce. But now that I'm here, I'm taking full advantage of it, full opportunity of it. And like I said, I appreciate Coach Beamer for reaching out to me.
D'Angelo, obviously you've talked a lot about things you've learned, ways you've kind of matured, and just the opportunities you're kind of looking forward to. I guess not just from a football standpoint, but off the field as well. Like, what are some of your goals here at South Carolina, and what is some of the things that you're kind of looking forward to through this whole experience?
Right. Off the field has been amazing. First of all, in the classroom, you got to have in the classroom success. You got to be able to maintain your classroom, your grades while playing, the game of football. So that's been a great success for me. But as far as like being in the community, giving back to charities that come up here and they try to explain why they are a charitable event or why they are a charity, it's been very heartwarming. Cure Kids for Cancer. That's one of the ones that really touched me deep because I know once upon a time we all were kids, we all were young, and I know it touches my heart to see the kid can't go outside and play or can't do the things that we were able or possibly to do. So it's a deep connection rooted within this organization to give back, to help in any way, in any form possible, whether if it's reading to some elementary students, whether if it's talking to fifth graders, whether if it's going to middle schools and telling them the opportunities that they have before them and to chase their dreams, put God first. And, just at the end of the day, like I say, those events actually help mature me, actually help make me a better person than I am, you know what I'm saying, every day.
Now we're still a couple of weeks away from spring ball, but when you get back out there, when you get in that kind of weekly practice routine grind, is that just going to be like riding a bike? You nervous about that after so long out? Kind of what's that mental process like going into finally starting to play again in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's definitely a process. It gets to the point where your mind is telling your body one thing, like, yeah, I can go out here and do it, but your body say, hey, look, you still got to knock some dust off, you still got to knock some rust off. But that's exactly what I've been doing. I feel better than ever before. I'm getting better than ever before. And since I did play, already in SEC a couple years back, I have that experience and I have a much better understanding of why we run certain plays, why we run certain concepts. And I already have that underneath my belt. So I believe that I'm going to take what I have, my knowledge, into spring. And so when I get there, it'll be a great challenge for me.
D'Angelo, you seem fired up and just confident to be at a place like this. Mentally, where are you right now compared to where you were maybe a year or 2 years ago?
Oh, man, it's been a journey. You hear me? It's been definitely a journey. But, man, it's just something about maturing and understanding that, I'm not perfect. And I wasn't perfect coming out of high school. Matter of fact, I was young and I was caught up in the limelight. I was caught up in the wrong things. However, this opportunity has formed and shaped me become the better man that I can truly be. I sat down with Coach Beamer when he told me, he was like, hey, look, we want you to be a great football player, but we also want you to be a better man in general, all around. That's one thing I can say about Coach Beamer. He wants us to be better men to prepare us for life in general, not just for these 4 years or for this 1 year, not just for these few years, but down the road. And that's what I truly respect about, just this university, about him. And like I say, I see myself as a better man totally, all around, in every aspect.
You mentioned wanting to help however you can on field, off field. What does your role or your skill set look like once the season starts in terms of on field, off the field, or anything like that?
Right. Just bringing everything I can to the table. As far as, literally it starts in the weight room, it starts in the workouts, it starts literally everywhere. It starts in the classroom. So just to be a better role model for the younger guys that are coming up and perhaps need a leader. That's one thing I could say that I didn't have at the other universities, somebody that I can look up to and say, hey, look, this is the right way to do it. But now I want to lead by example. And that's the best way to lead, is by example, instead of just, running my mouth and saying much. I want to lead by example on the field and off the field so that we can keep this great tradition rolling.
D'Angelo, you mentioned you were in Florida after Tennessee. What were you doing down there? Working or just hanging out? What were you doing before this call came in?
Well, I enrolled in another little small university, but I was thinking that I was going to have an opportunity to play there, but things didn't work out there either. So at that point, it was just like, okay, let me go ahead and stop looking for job opportunities. Let me go ahead and start seeing what I can do in my life moving forward. But like I say, by the grace of God, I got that phone call, and once I got that phone call, the ball was rolling. I was like, hey, look, this is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and take full advantage of it. It's like I'm thankful that I actually been through the trials and tribulations, the hurdles and the obstacles that I've been through. So now that I know, it's like I know exactly what I gotta do. I know exactly what I gotta accomplish. I know exactly how I'm gonna do it. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm doing.
What was that first workout like when you got here with Coach Day?
Oh man, Coach Day, hey man, he's to me I call him the general. Because he get the job done. He ain't gonna take no pity on you. When I first got here, I'm thinking, okay, we finna take it light. We finna ease into these workouts. Nah, man. Matter of fact, it was the complete opposite. He was on me like I was here already, like I had already been here. But that's kind of what I expected, because this is a high program. This is a high level program. We playing against some of the top talent in the country, so I expected that, and I actually appreciated it. At the time, I didn't appreciate it. At the time, I was like, hey, look, Coach. Like, I got to catch my breath. But you know what? But now it's like I appreciate every single thing that you've done for me, and I truly love him for that because he's a great strength coach, great strength trainer. The guys he has around him, his team, it's a great organization that they have, and they all push us to be the best that we can be. And it's not just me. It's literally everybody around that comes in that workout. So, yeah, it's been a journey.
And one more for you. You were obviously recruited here back coming out of high school. And I think you played here when you were at Georgia. How different are things around South Carolina just from facilities, buildings, and what you remember from back in those days?
When I first got here, or as far as when I first was being recruited and I saw the facilities, they didn't have any of this. Like, they didn't have nothing over here that was – now everything is state of the art. This is top notch. You can't get anything. You can't ask for anything better. And the fact that it is brand new, it's like they noticed and they took a note on the other organizations and the other programs on what they have. And they just made it better than what they have over there. And that's just truly what I can see, just coming from my own perspective. So this is a great recruiting method, but also it's a great method to move forward as an organization as a whole, because, if you're stuck in the past, you're going to be in the past. But with the new things that they have here, this is state of the art. You can't get any better than this. And, I advise players and families, come up here and take a look. Come up here and see for yourself. We really putting in the work, and not just in the weight room, but literally in the meeting rooms everywhere. So hey, it's definitely state of the art. It's definitely one of these things where I can truly say it's top notch. This you really can't get any better than this. And they always constantly trying to find ways to even get better than what we have. So that's what I respect.
Yeah, D'Angelo, you said that Shane Beamer was at Georgia at the same time you were at Georgia. I guess at that time, like, what was y'all's bond like at that time, and could you see him, kind of becoming a head coach, when you were at Georgia?
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Beamer and I, we always had a great bond. He always respected and loved what I could do on the field, and he even loved me off the field. He would try to give me advice about, in class and just growing up as a man. But when we were at Georgia, he would appreciate the things that I could do, and that's what I respect about him, the fact that he appreciates my work and the talent that I brought to the table. And he always was like, hey, look, hey, I got a spot for you. I got a spot for you. At the time, he wasn't in a position to be the head coach, but now that he is the head coach, he doesn't just treat me like this, but it's literally every single person on the team. And I always saw that he had head coaching ability. He had that tenacity. He had that ability to get everybody fired up, everybody to run through a brick wall if they had to for him. And that's one thing I can truly say about Coach Beamer. He's made a great change and a significant change at this university, and I truly believe that he's only going to continue to move forward, continue to go up, and that's what we all trying to do. That's why we have new facilities. That's why we have new weight room, new everything. So at the end of the day, I appreciate Coach Beamer for his efforts and everything he sees out of each and every last one of us.
Anything else? Thank you, Angela.
Yep, appreciate y'all. Yep.